co-founders and a member of the board of directors of Angeles. In addition to that, Marcelo is a seasoned C-suite executive and chief digital and information officer with a dynamic career leading technology, data, and AI transformations across global organizations. His track record spans Fortune 500 companies like Mondelez, Kraft Foods, Pirelli, names that you may have heard of, tech consulting firms like ThoughtWorks, and high-growth startups like NextData, where he has consistently driven innovation, growth, and competitive advantage. Marcelo advises C-suites and boards on technology strategy, responsible AI, which we all badly need, and business transformation. So welcome to the stage, Marcelo.
Thank you, Ruben. Thank you very much. How are you guys doing? Are you awake and ready for a very, very inspiring, high-energy panel? This is going to be a different panel, I tell you. Very different. I'm so excited about introducing these two friends, leaders, disruptors that are not only changing the way we talk about business executives and business storytelling, but they are also great supporters of Angeles investors. They're diamond sponsors, and I want to give them a round of applause. So, having said that, I will introduce Chris Salvi, co-founder of the Executive House and CEO of the Executive House. Chris. And Will Salvi, co-founder of the Executive House and also host of the CEO series. Yes. Have you seen his show? Have you watched the show? Did you subscribe? Did you like? You didn't get? Oh, you're missing it.
Very important. Subscribe.
Okay, so before we start with the conversation, we have a short video to share with you. Music on the background. Music, blah, 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 blah.
First lesson in storytelling, use audio.
I think the video production is great. You don't need to.
Yeah. So we have been around the world filming these shows. Look at Will there, the round table. Great quality. And this is the Executive House. Okay. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing I want to say is that these guys are amazing, and they are Emmy Award winners because of the Executive House. So I think that deserves another round of applause. And they didn't bring the Emmy Award here today, which I'm a bit disappointed. So let's start with Chris. Chris, you are the co-founder of the Executive House. Tell us about why did you decide to create the Executive House?
Well, I'll go quickly. So we've been in business for 8 years, and we were a marketing agency. So simply, a marketing agency, that's the business model. And so we were talking to a lot of comms people as we made a shift from video production into what we call executive communications and content. So as we were trying to sell these people on how to communicate with their executives, do more social media, make more content, have a YouTube hub for them to be expressing their ideas, etc. Nobody took us up on it. So we said, we'll just start doing it. And it's worked. So really the impetus was we were making something that who we wanted to be our clients wouldn't make. So we just brought it to market as something that we now own and sell sponsorship on. So now it's a totally different business model, which is interesting, but maybe I'm getting away from the original question. We started it because we saw a void in the market on executives expressing themselves in a way that we believe is more relatable to not just like everyday people, but of course their employees, their stakeholders, which is really important. So that's why we, it's one of the main reasons we started it.
Excellent. And what do you like when executives talk about themselves? Well, what aspect do you like the most, Chris?
I like when they're honest. I love when they tell their personal stories. Everyone's got one. I think they're in a particular a point right now. I don't think a lot of people like executives. I could see why they're apprehensive to talk about themselves in a way that is personal. But I think that's how you cut through what we don't trust about business and what we don't trust about executives, because we all know that there's a negative sentiment about business people and especially high-level executives. So cutting through that with personal stories that are relatable, because we all, we got family members, we got kids, we got whatever, we got our problems, someone's sick. Say it. It's happening. It's real. We all experience it. So that's my favorite part about it, when they actually express themselves.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Real stories, real stories. I am really proud of what you guys are doing. So, Will, you are the host of the CEO series, Emmy Award-winning show. Emmy Award-winning
Very, yeah.
Huh? So...
that was necessary that he included that. I made sure that was in the contract. Yeah. Thank you.
You have done so far, I think, more than 60, 65 interviews across the country, and many different industries, many different CEOs. How are you feeling?
I feel great. It's the best. They have a very interesting and boring role within business, and we've gotten some pretty large CEOs from a wide variety of companies, Fortune 500, unicorns, private companies that have been around for hundreds of years, quite literally. And to become a CEO of one of these organizations is not an easy path. And to Chris's point, the more that business executives, and that includes everyone in this room, the more you are authentic gets thrown around a little too much, but truly, like, if you're being yourself, you will garner more trust within your organization, specifically at the top. And leadership engages people. It makes them trust you. Engagement right now is at 22%, according to a Gallup poll. That's employees are 22% of employees are engaged. That's a terrible statistic. That means profits are lower because they're not engaged. So it actually behooves you to get trust of your employees, be real, be a person to them. It's not just about profits. It's about being a human. And ultimately, these CEOs carry a lot of responsibility. We interviewed the CEO of Goodyear Tire. They are located in Akron, Ohio, $20 billion in revenue, 70,000 employees. If they go under based on the CEO's strategic decisions that are not in the best interest of the company, Akron, Ohio is not in a good spot because of that CEO's decision or the board or whatever. So they have a lot of responsibility, and I find that really interesting. And we want to talk to them not from the standpoint of like a CNBC or Bloomberg journalist, but we're having a conversation with them. It's a bit of a safe space for them. We're not promoting them. We're allowed to ask whatever we want. So I asked about the tariffs with Goodyear, but it's fun. We're getting more credibility. We're getting bigger and better companies. And now all of our guests are all inbound. They're all asking to be on the show. So now we have to actually deny quite a bit of people every week. Probably like 5 to 10 people per week we have to deny. And they're very legitimate companies. So we're actually trying to, from a business model standpoint, we're trying to figure out, one, how do we do more? And then two, how do we leverage this network that we're creating, both with the PR side of things and then also the CEOs. So
Great, Will.
that's how I'm feeling.
That's exciting. Let me ask you a follow-up question. Out of those 60 plus that you have done, any specific story, fun story about any of the interviews or interesting insights? You want to get it? This
isn't a specific insight, but I think this group will appreciate the story. This guy named Michael Asanlu, CEO of Portillo's, he came over to the United States with his family from Iran. And he told this great story of when they had Halloween was coming up, and he was explaining Halloween to his parents, and the parents are like, why the hell would we go up and knock on people's door and ask for candy wearing scary clothes? That doesn't make sense. And so he described himself as a cultural ambassador to help his family assimilate into the United States. I thought that was a really awesome story of just like he's a guy, and he's had this amazing story, and that was very personal and very real, and I always remember that one.
Will, anyone from you, Will?
We got the Dude Wipes CEO, and Dude Wipes, if anyone follows Dude Wipes, they're kind of like an outrageous brand. They talk about going number 2. So, and their marketing is they sponsor the Cleveland Browns. I think an NFL player scored a touchdown and he did like a wipe and he got fined 25,000 and they sponsored that fine. So they're very good. They're very good with marketing, and everyone's kind of like, oh, Dude Wipes, they're baby wipes for adults, and they market themselves as dudes, but they're a $300 million business. So it's not a small, and he is very much like a dude. And he's a founder. We typically find that founders are a little bit more open than like a board approved CEO that was brought in for like at a big company. But he's a good story. He runs true to being himself and running a business the way he wants to do it. So I respect that.
Thank you. Well, let me get back to Chris as a CEO of the Executive House. What do you see the Executive House in the next 3 years?
So our master plan to take over the executive world is, I'll explain to you. Executive House, that's our mother brand, that's our umbrella brand. The CEO series, he hosts it. And then we have now the tech series, Tech Executives, he hosts it. And so part of this is getting sponsors, or we don't even know the business model. It's not fully determined yet. We've been picking up sponsorships here and there to keep it going, true startup style. But we're going to continue to build content, starting with the show as the tip of the spear of the content, and then deep knowledge content with partners. But think of a show that addresses each executive function. And so that's the vision for this brand and business.
So if you know CMOs, CHROs,
we're looking
CTO,
for them. We're soliciting
CEOs.
Partners, sponsors, hosts. We're literally, it's not just like we have, you own part of the business, which is exciting.
Yes. I'm very proud.
Yeah, we're
I'm
proud to have you with us.
Really thankful for the opportunity.
So can we get one quick comment from you on it?
On what?
Just like generally the Executive House.
The Executive House?
Yeah,
Well,
you're a member.
I think the Executive House, the vision of being a platform for elevating the stories of executives is great. I do like the aspect of we give the opportunity to these executives to be themselves, right? I mean, when we film them, we let them know this is not live. Just relax. The more this looks like a dialogue, the better. And when they really relax and they talk about who they are and why they do what they do, the show is great. When they don't do that, the show it's okay. So that's.
Can I build real quick?
Of course.
Real quick. We are in an environment today where leadership, in my opinion, is misguided. In the business community, it's profit and growth at any cost. In the political environment, it's like, how do I win in this moment right now? Headlines like and that's kind of transcended into our world, and it's disappointing to me. I think there are thousands of individuals that run very credible organizations, whether it's in business, politics, or nonprofits, whatever, that they don't get their stories told because they're not sensational or they don't chase that headline, and media generally doesn't give a shit about them. And I don't like that. So that's also another part of what we want to do is, like, do I want to talk to Elon Musk? Yeah, I do. Like, he'd be good on the CEO series. But at the same time, like, I don't, and I can simultaneously respect what he's done from a business performance standpoint and be very disappointed in how he's acted as one of the most influential people in the universe. That those two things can exist. Like, why does he call people the R word on Twitter? Like, you're one of the most influential people. Don't do that. Why does Alex Karp of Palantir say he wants to drop fentanyl-laced piss on tractors? That was a true statement that he said. That's sociopathic behavior. We don't want that in leadership anywhere. So we want to spotlight leaders that run good cultures. They perform. Because it is a business. I'm not saying we're not singing Kumbaya, but they run good cultures. They do things with integrity. Why aren't we spotlighting more people like that? But CNBC, Bloomberg, other media, they don't really care. They want clicks. That's kind of the game. So it's a bit of a challenge, but at the same time, I do think we're very intentional on who we feature, why they're being featured, and like what type of organization and mission are they pursuing, because we've lost that in our world. I truly think we've lost a little bit of that. It's growth at all costs. And I know we're at Analyst Investors right now, but it's something that we all have a very important mission here. And that's why I think this community here is very strong. So I think we need more mission-driven leaders and mission-driven organizations, because right now I do think there's a misguided truth that is it's growth at all costs, performance, headlines, win right now, don't think long-term. I don't like it. So.
No more comments. I think you have a point
Thank
of
you.
view.
Yeah.
Absolutely. How
My
do-
fund
how do we
online
follow
is-
that? So, I'm going to play the role of a host of the show now for a second, right? And I typically ask leaders about their leadership style. And, I ask a question, and I'm going to ask you guys to ask a question to each other, if I may. Family company, brothers. I know you, I know. There are some wrinkles sometimes. So, Chris, how is Will when he's at his best, and how is Will when he's not at his best?
That's deep. I know him so well. Yeah. How much time do we have? He's at his best, superficially when he gets his workout in. But he's at his best when he is talking to people and he's got the camera on. Honestly, that's when he's at his best from like a performance type of standpoint. That's when I think you're at your best. I think you're really good at it. Few people are able to approach people of that status with keeping their core of who they are as they talk to them. It's just been awesome to watch. That's when you're at your best.
Wow.
It's good.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. So now.
Wait, what
Oh,
about
you
his
got
worst?
Sorry. I forgot.
Damn, worst. No, that's a tough one to worst. Not get his workout in. Kind of cranky.
That doesn't count.
He's at
That
his
doesn't-
worst when he has to come up with processes and stick to processes. So, and that's not my strong suit either. So you could see where our weakness is in our partnership, right? Right? Yeah. But someone has to try to do that. But that's when you're at your worst. When that type of work.
Thank you, Chris. And Will, how is Chris when he's at his best and when he's not at his best?
I think Chris is fearless. So he quite literally does not care what he tries to pursue. He cares obviously about how we pursue it, what we're doing, but he is fearless. And in the business environment, that is a trait that you want in a partner. There's a lot of moments together where we're in the foxhole, so to speak. If there's a lot of business people in here. You have ups and downs, and it's a roller coaster of a ride. So having someone that's fearless with you in that journey is the best.
Oh.
Yeah. And then at his worst. We're still a smaller organization, so I think that there's issues that come with that. Processes he just mentioned but that's not our strong suit. So I think he's going to be deadly with more resources. So I think once we start to get more resources, I think that will help. I think Chris will be pretty dynamic when he's almost able to in the full capacity. And right now we're not able to do that.
Who's big brother?
I'm older.
We're the youngest of
I'm in
5.
charge. No, what do we say? I make the decisions, but he's in charge.
Youngest of 5 boys. We're the 2 youngest. Yeah, I'm the youngest.
We
He's
all
yeah.
look alike.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
I'm not the youngest. So we have time for some questions. So get ready for a few questions to the Salvi brothers here. But before we go into the questions, last questions for each of you. One word that defines leadership for the future. That was not in the list.
I think sincerity. I think media and this gamesmanship, it alludes to my little rant earlier. I think if you're a sincere person, you will find others to follow you and be part of your organization, because it'll attract people that want to be part of that or don't. Not everyone wants to work at Dude Wipes. Not everyone wants to work at Barstool Sports, right? Like, it's not an organization for everyone. So I think if you're sincere in your culture and as a leader, you're gonna win. I think right now we are at a crossroads, and it's sad. I really think there's a sadness to leadership right now, and I mean that in the most general sense. But primarily, it's the top business leaders and top political leaders.
Thank you.
Yeah, just being themselves. Yeah, what they believe in, sticking to it.
Excellent. Round of applause to Salvi Media, Chris, Will. And I'm going to have 7 minutes, right? I'm going to take a few questions from the audience, which I know you might have many. Oh, okay, let's hear.
Thank you so much. I'm Carlos, member of Angeles. I love the series, and you guys know I DVR the series and watch it on Friday night.
Yes.
For many reasons, but it's true, everything that has been said. Talk us about a little bit about the business side, right? Like, what it will take, in your view, to scale it up. Obviously, you're looking for resources, you're looking for hosts, all that kind of stuff, but what it will take for you to ramp up, reach more channels. I feel like a lot of your content can be very educational. I learn a lot from that demeanor of the leaders. Like it's almost you learn in a relaxed way, right? Not relaxed in, just comfortable way, right? So can you talk a little bit more about the business side and how you're thinking about it?
That's the challenge. We're in an interesting spot. So what people are really impressed with is the quality of the guests, the quality of the work, highly produced, great hosts, small viewership. We have some partnerships. Right now we're focused on eating up some small partnerships. That's the model. But the medium and long-term model, I have no idea. We come from the marketing agency background. We are learning about the media space. And what I have also learned about the media space, in the sense of kind of like news media, like advertising and stuff like that, that's being shooken up. The industry, experts don't know what's happening. So I don't know. A lot of things we're considering, partners for the deep knowledge content, sponsorship, different types of sponsorship, whole shows, segments of the shows, membership-based elements to it. So I wish I knew. If anyone has good ideas, I'm all ears. But right now we're focused on eating up segments of the show and selling sponsorships on that, and then building the audience.
Thank you. And David, yeah, then I go like this.
The different verticals, so marketing, HR, I think we talked about potentially boards, right? And what's your thinking on timeline, and when we should expect those things to come out?
So we have 2 shows right now. We're trying to win sponsors before we start new shows, and there's a couple of good conversations around CMO, CHRO, and the board. So I think in 2026 we'll have 2 more. Yeah, 2 of those 3 I'm confident in, maybe more. See how well we sell it. So we're.
And Gilles.
What's up, Alex?
Lots of executives and aspiring executives in the room. What's 1 or 2 pieces of advice you'd give as they're thinking about or attempting to build their profile or personal brand that you see working?
Here it comes.
1, start making content. You're losing value right away, right now, by not making content online. It is still the cheapest, easiest way to get yourself out there is social media. Use it, and it's low lift, it's low cost. And then we keep sounding like a what do I think of? Dead horse, broken record. Be yourself. I can't tell you how many of you are boring when you make videos. I mean, I watch your videos. I watch your shit all the time. It's terrible. Quite literally, it's terrible. most of the business executive content that I watch, other than CNBC, Bloomberg, Morning Brew, Forbes, Inc., all the ones that you know, and even them, there's certain segments where you know it's paid media. Ours is all earned, so they never pay to be on our show, and they don't get edits or anything. So like that's number one. But I think like when corporate communications teams, and I apologize if there's any corporate comms people here, but I think they drastically mess things up, and I think they are 20 years behind with regards to what they should be doing. It behooves you to play into that media game that I was referring to a little bit. And that means creating a lot of content, having an opinion. It's okay if not everyone likes you. In fact, if you're like this in the branding sphere of something and someone's like, Will, whatever, nothing's going to happen. Like it's either people are going to like me or hate me, and some are always going to hate me and some are always going to like me. So I would say like start making content, be yourself, try your best to be yourself, because there's something that happens when business executives like have a camera on and start making content. They just immediately like get in a shell and they forget how to speak like a person. It's unbelievable. Well, the corporate strategy of everything, and we have our KPIs. I'm like, you're not talking like a person. Stop. It's okay. Talk. It's okay. So that's my advice, Alex. You're good at it though. So yeah.
To build on it, I would say get niche. Like we all have specific things we do, so make it very niche, whatever it's called. Be specific.
Excellent. Thank you. And
There's huge opportunities. If you're in boring businesses, check the competition. YouTube, very little. Social media, nothing. No one's good at it. There are good like niche publications that make good content. Great data, great research, no storytelling, no social media. If you're in something boring, there's space in it. And if you want to partner on it, come to us.
Wow.
Really, yeah.
Last question.
How are you planning to scale without losing your mojo? It's obvious that you have a very good dynamic between the two of you. How do you expand that to continue to grow?
Three more brothers.
All free labor, too.
That's an alternative.
The host is the hardest part. So I think we should, as we gain more traction, I think it would be very important for us to have some sort of approach to training the hosts. No different than executives get training for their comm stuff. I think unifying it like that might be smart. I've heard a couple of questions about scaling. I don't know. We have the luxury right now of not being venture backed and pressure to, go do certain things on a certain timeline. But we're learning as we go right now. This is a new game for us. Which I hope I'm not undercutting our credibility talking about it. But when all these other publications are telling us, like, how do you get these guests? We can't get these guests. We must be doing something right. These comms people are difficult to satisfy and get them to say yes to your interview, especially when you've only been around 18 months. But they're doing it, so we must be doing something right. I hope we can scale it.
Chris Salvi, Will Salvi, the Executive House. A huge round of applause.